Hey guys, J-Man here, and we are continuing our space opera tournament. And where's my graphic here? Where's the official space opera graphic? There it is. So here's where we're at so far. Today we're doing You're the Hunter from the Future versus Forbidden World, aka Mutant. And we're gonna do that. And then that'll get us, we're close. We're close to the final four. And then next Friday, 1 week from today, we will do Space Hunter versus Krull, and that's going to get us our final four. And then the winner today will face off against Outland, and the winner next week will face off against Space Raiders. So that's gonna conclude our our space opera tournament. So that's pretty exciting. After that, we might take a little bit of a break, and then Sean and I are already started coming up with the next thing for the Barbarians. For the fantasy genre. But this Tuesday, Steven and I will be back talking about some wrestling. We've got Survivor Series, War Games version or whatever is this Saturday. We have SmackDown tonight. We'll talk about NXT. We'll talk about Raw. So all that's going. So Tuesday is going to be a big one because there's a lot to talk about. Wednesday, I'm going to be back in the Action Elite. So that's going to be on their channel, not this channel. So make sure you're subscribed to Action Elite. Make sure you've hit the notification bell. The link to the Action Elite website and channel is in the description of this video, along with all my other videos. So make sure you are subscribed to them. We're going to be talking about Conan the Barbarian, which is my favorite film of all time. So it's just going to be me talking for 2 hours. Everyone else will just sit and listen. And it'll be like in school where the teacher just talks and you're just be like, wow, this is so interesting. So we're talking about Conan the Barbarian. We'll talk about Conan the Destroyer, which I also like, and the Jason Momoa Conan, which I don't hate. But I am going to rewatch that one because I haven't seen it in a while. So we're going to talk about that. And then next Thursday, we're bringing back the Days of High Adventure. I think a lot of people actually like that segment. So Sean and I are going to be back talking about John Carter, which was the first ever movie I reviewed on YouTube. My first ever video was a review of John Carter, the Disney John Carter, which should have been called John Carter of Mars. But that was my first ever YouTube video and my first ever review. So Sean and I are going to talk about that movie. We're going to watch it again. I haven't watched it in a while. I've read the first couple books as well, but we won't really touch upon the books because I read them a while ago. So that'll be next Thursday. And then next Friday, of course, we'll conclude the space opera tournament to get to the final four. So that's going to be that'll be the finals. Okay, so we can't do this alone. So let's start bringing in my panel. Hello, Charlie.
What's going on?
Well, are you ready for tonight?
I am ready for tonight, man. We got a lot going on now. All of a sudden, now we're back on the Elite and here, and we're winding this down.
Yeah, and you guys are you guys record your podcasts on Thursday nights.
On Thursdays, right? Yeah,
and Tuesdays.
Yeah, for Tuesdays, and actually this upcoming week, because we're coming back from vacation, we're recording one on Tuesday that is a collab. And that's when all our schedules worked out. So I literally almost have something every week.
Nice.
And Violent Night comes out next week. So
we're not doing anything Thursday night. Violent Night's coming out.
Oh man.
I'm going to see Violent Night Thursday night. So I'm gonna have to reschedule my Days of High Adventure. Steve can confirm that when we bring him on. I totally forgot. I have so many things on the go.
It's nuts now, man.
Stupid. I'm literally like, and then I'm trying to watch this. Like I just posted my review for Thriller, A Cruel Picture, which I pre-ordered months ago from Vinegar Syndrome. It's now sold out and everyone's losing their shit because they didn't pre-order it. That's why God invented pre-order.
That's what I tell my co-host every time he's like, hey man, this is coming out. And I order it. And then he's like, I forgot to order it. I'm like,
right.
That's your fault.
And I pre-ordered Crabs, which is the movie that you've been hyping on.
Mine comes in so far. It says the first. It's coming from Canada, so I don't know.
So I should get mine right away.
You probably should. Did you order it through Raven or? Yep. Yeah, you should probably get yours.
And I didn't have any good. I only had a crappy like I basically had like a YouTube version of Psycho Gorman, so I ordered the official Psycho Gorman as well. So I ordered the both
okay.
the both of them.
I
from-
was going to, but I had it on DVD, so I went for
Right.
the Turbo Kid. So because I wanted the trading cards that come in that.
You know, I got Turbo Kid Steelbook. I don't think you can. beat
Yeah,
that.
there's no reason to up it for
So,
that. No.
I mean, that's really awesome. That's the best you're gonna get. Okay, so yeah, Violet Night is actually, what is Violet Night? That is Thursday the 1st. So we'll do the Days of High Adventure. The one, see, it's crazy. I don't even know what's going on.
It's all right.
I'm living the Days of High Adventure. Never mind. So everybody, make sure I do have a link to Charlie's Facebook group in the description of this video and other videos, and that link will take you to the Facebook group, which can then get you to the podcast. The podcast is Give Me Back My Action/horror movies.
Yep,
we do. You guys both alternate every week, action horror.
Yep, every other week, action horror. So we have 2 separate groups, so it doesn't all get like muddled. Nate's the horror fanatic. I'm the action fan. So it works. It works.
Perfect. So yeah, make sure you guys are downloading that podcast. That's through all of the ways you can get podcasts.
Every one of them. I mean, the podcast even goes up on YouTube as an audio only, so it's everywhere. So you'll find it. There you
go. So make sure you guys find that out. Okay, let's bring in our next panelist. Where is his thing? There. Hello. Hey,
I pre-ordered my my Homegrown Horrors Volume 2 a while ago, and I still don't have it, so I'll have to check it out.
That's from Vinegar
Syndrome 2.
Yeah, but Vinegar now has reverted to Black Friday sales, so they're usually pretty fast. Though it depends where it's coming from. If it's coming from their Canadian distributor, you'll get it fast. If not, then you might have to wait. Also, Vinegar Syndrome does like third-party stuff, so it depends.
Yeah.
You buy it from them, but they're not sending it to you.
Yeah.
So be careful on that.
The thing is, I tend to like group them all into a thing, and then they just like gather them all and then ship the whole thing out as one thing. So that's part of the issue. And some of them haven't come out yet, and then they'll wait for.
I didn't know they did pile of loot, because I thought they didn't. I thought they said pre-order items cannot be bundled with existing, but I'm not sure. I know Big Bad Toy Store has a pile of loot.
That's what I do. Yeah.
Right. Which you just wait for shit. I can't, because my pile of loot, like I just pre-ordered the King Conan Schwarzenegger figure. That's coming out third quarter 2023. I'm not waiting like 7-8 months to get my Art the Clown, which I pre-ordered and is out now. So it's like, I'm like,
well, you can pick what you pull out of your loot.
Right.
You can actually go through and tell them what you pull. I do it to save on shipping, because otherwise they charge you for every figure you order, unless it was you ordered like all of them in one order, and then they all showed up at the same time. Otherwise, it's all separate.
I did that for you. See behind me there? That's the Defenders of the Earth, and there's more Defenders of the Earth there.
They would have been dropped at all.
They're all together. So they just
where I get all the He-Man stuff, like if I get them all bundled, I'll get them. But if I throw in like Judge Dredd or something, a lot of times I'm paying double shipping.
Right.
So I do the pile loot.
Cool. All right, let's bring in our final panelist. Hello, Steve.
Steven.
So, taking advantage of some Black Friday deals, my friends. I picked up Battle Beyond the Stars, which was unceremoniously dumped from this tournament for no good reason.
There's a little salt in that. I
a little salt. So
little salt in
that. Picked that up. Picked up Blood Simple. Criterion.
Oh, nice.
Picked up Downfall, which is a genius movie if you haven't seen it.
Is that the Hitler one?
Yeah, the Hitler one. And I fixed a huge mistake in my collection. I bought Doctor Who Series 10 on DVD because I'm blind. So now I got the Blu-ray coming.
Oh, yep.
The one I'm most excited about, and I know Sean is going to love me for saying this because he loves Funko Pops. I got Jack Torrance Shining Funko Pop with the axe.
Yeah, I've seen.
Very excited.
Oh, nice. I saw that not too long ago. That's good.
I mean, the stuff that I have on order is stupid. I'll read it very quickly. I'm waiting for my Kate Mulgrew autograph. I'm waiting for my 2 Carolyn Monroe autographs who have shipped. I'm waiting for Psycho Gorman, Shaw Brothers Volume 2, Mandrake, Lothar, and Cyborg from the Defenders of the Earth collection, Crabs, Art, the 12-inch Art the Clown, Ghost in the Shell complete manga. It's like a huge mega pack. Matt Ryan autograph from my wife. Into Darkness, Volume 3 of the horror franchise thing.
Yeah.
I did order the Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who autograph because I have every Doctor. I know we're not getting into it. I agree it's trash, but
you gotta get yeah.
I agree it's trash.
He's a completionist. It's
I'm
fine.
complete. Yeah. I ordered the Craven part of the Funko Pop where you collect all Sinister Six. I'm just getting Craven. I got a Craven statue coming. I've got House of the Dragon Volume 1 or Season 1, Terrifier 1 and 2, Doctor Who The Abominable Snowman, Power of the Doctor, Ultraman Kids, Dragonlance campaign setting. I got Halloween Ends. I did order, you're going to absolutely despise me for this. I might not even say this on camera. I ordered the She-Hulk Funko. I don't have a She-Hulk character, and she looks at least like She-Hulk when she's green, so I'm just going to put on the shelf. I ordered Black Adam, the movie, Art the Clown, the 5-inch versions. I got 2 of those. Doctor Strange 2, the art book. I've got a manga coming out for my wife, and I've got the King Conan. Woo! That's everything that's coming.
So I'm going to save this as a soundbite. So every time my wife complains about the stuff I order, I'm gonna be like, this is one of Jay's orders.
Yeah, this is like
one.
You don't. I know you don't want to know. You don't.
I also do have the Shaw Brothers. I got Super Cops. I got the Pennywise. The It's documentary's coming.
Yep.
Highlander 4K's coming.
Ooh, now that one. I would do that because my steel books, I got it because it was the Mondo steel book, which I would just collect those steel books, period.
Right.
So.
And Creep Show volume Season 3.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I was going to say that one kept getting knocked back and back and
It
back.
did.
I was like, what the hell, man? I have that on pre-order as well.
I know.
I find this year a lot of the big gift sets and stuff were announced way later than usual for the holiday season. Yeah. And now they're shipping in like January, February.
Yeah.
Like Mondo Macabro has a whole Ramsey Brothers Blu-ray set. I pre-ordered it and now it's coming in like March. And it's like, well, what the hell was that? Like usually they announce them in like March, April for November, October, November, December. This year, I don't know what happened, but a lot of stuff got like that Jackie Chan set's coming out in January.
I'd say it's their distributors. I'd say it's all in distribution because they were. I don't know if it was exactly Vinegar Syndrome or one of the other ones were having issues. Like a DVD came in and it was just completely wrong, like wrong aspect ratio, and they sometimes they don't catch it before it ships because it ships from the third party. So I'm sure it's all comes down to distribution.
They're looking out for you, right?
I mean, these guys do take care of it. It's not like they go, "Oh well, you can buy the right."
Well,
version
that's the beauty of boutique things like them, right? Yeah. Like aside from like Warner Brothers, they put out like a big set and there's something wrong with it immediately, right?
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh well, sorry, oops."
I just posted this, and it sounds like this is a good clip to play for this little scenario here.
Okay. He put hard times on Dusty Rhodes and his family. You don't know what hard times are, Daddy.
It sounds like hard times, guys. Like I didn't get my DVD order.
Hard times, man.
You guys felt like he put hard times on America. Like
I know.
It's hard times,
but it's not. We're not in it. Well, most of us are not in America. So
I know, but it's like because. I can't remember who it was put hard times on
Ric
him.
Flair put hard times on
all like humanity or whatever.
He did. Ric Flair put hard times on America by taking away Dusty's belt.
It's first world problems, boys. It's first world problems. It's
and for those who care about boutique movies near us, I was in London, Ontario, which I used to live in London years ago, and shockingly, one of my favorite boutique stores, which I thought shut down because of what's been going on the last couple of years, still open. Cinema One. They have a ton of like hard to find stuff. So I think I'll have to go back there, in the near future and see what they have.
I find like Sunrise Records has all this stuff too. The problem
they have quite a few things.
Yeah, the problem is they charge like $10 or $20 more than you'd find.
Oh, you get the markup.
Expensive.
Yeah. So,
but if it's already out of print and it's already what it's going for on like eBay and shit, like
you have it. Yeah,
it's in your hand. You don't have to worry about shipping.
It's in my hand.
I mean,
Own it
they have a
today.
Right,
Chino
Sean.
Lover.
Just don't have J-Man behind you.
I know. It's
snatching
like,
it out of your hand.
Sunrise
I
has
want
a Chino
that.
Lover section. They
Nemesis
got
4,
Arrow. They got Criterion. They got all the big ones. So
yeah.
they're good.
Oh,
Oh, and J-Man, don't forget 2 weeks. Avatar 2. We got tickets as well.
Yeah, Avatar 2 Electric Boogaloo. I
Oh
wrote
my
that- I
gosh.
wrote that down.
Avatar
Is-
2 Cruise Control.
busy.
Their
Avatar
first
2
assignment.
Cruise
I don't know.
It is on water. That works, Sean.
It
I
is
like
on water, yeah.
yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
All right. So was everyone here for? Everyone was here for Forbidden World, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all of us were here for that.
Oh, this is could not be reached. How's it going, man? This is there's a release of some of these Jackie Chan movies, so make sure you check that out. I think you can get it on Amazon as far as I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
I got it from .com. Could not be reached. It's what do you call it? Yeah. Police Story 3. They're releasing a few of these, though. I grabbed the ones that I was interested in. Well, actually, Sean's grabbing the ones that were coming out. I ordered them for him, and then I'm going to get Super Cop for myself. So,
Yeah, I'm not upgrading anything anymore. I can't. I have so
Yeah.
many movies. It's
Yeah, I know.
impossible. I have like 3,000 movies, and they keep all getting upgraded. I just can't.
Only if I really love it or something, or it
Right.
appeals to me.
it
But
makes
yeah.
sense, right?
Yeah.
like my
Like, I
Super
don't
Cop
own
is
Super
fine.
Cop.
It's the one I had from way back, and
Yeah.
I mean it's not the best, but like it's good enough
The
for
Blu-ray,
that.
man,
for that
I
movie.
upgraded Iceman. Iceman.
Oh
comic,
yeah, I miss
whatever,
Iceman
and,
comic. Yeah,
and it's great, like because the DVD we had from that store way back
yeah,
when,
that's the one I have.
it's kind of muddy looking, right?
Yeah,
it's
The
sucky.
Blu-ray looks incredible. So
Look, there's
yeah.
going to come to a point where there's no more shit to find. Everyone that was in these movies are dead, so there's no more commentary. There's no more
Right.
interviews.
Yeah.
We can't perceive with our eyes anything over like 8K. So
Yeah.
it's like, come on, we're eventually going to hit that wall, and I don't need to upgrade this anymore until
Right.
you put me in virtual reality and
Yeah.
I'm in the movie. That's all. That's the only way
Well,
I'm
all
going
of
to
that.
upgrade.
Well, by then,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
mainstream home video will be dead, and it'll just be these boutique firms like Vinegar Syndrome,
Right.
Mondo Macabro, whoever, like
Yeah.
Arrow,
Synopsis, all that
whoever
stuff,
else.
yeah.
Blue
right.
Underground and all those other.
Yeah, and they'll just
Yeah.
do like
Synapse.
cool stuff and big sets and whatnot. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a 4K guy either. I got a 4K TV, but I'm not upgrading till my player dies because I told you it's linked with my surround sound, and
It makes
Blu-ray,
sense. Yeah.
Blu-ray with surround sound is better than 4K with sound bar or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
Like
Right.
it's just it is. I watched Lord of the Rings, Two Towers today, Blu-ray. It's awesome. I don't. I can't do 4K. Like Steve has shown me a few 4Ks, and if you look at, like, we've done the test, like you put one in, you put the other one, you're like, oh, that looks a little bit better. But when he shows me a 4K that I haven't watched 1 minute beforehand, I
Mhm.
can't tell that it's that much better.
That's going to
Yeah.
be the problem. It's imperceptible, especially
Yeah.
with these older ones. You can only up convert them. So like RoboCop in 4K was amazing, and it was an upgrade for me. So I might as well do it. But I don't see how they're ever going to do any better than that because it wasn't filmed that way.
Right.
There's only
right,
so many
yeah.
up conversions you can do.
Yeah, like
And-
if he put in, like Thor Blu-ray, then okay, take Thor out and put 4K. Like, okay, yeah, that looks a bit
Yeah,
better.
the 4K is going to obviously look better, but
not if you just say, let's watch this on 4K. I
Yeah.
don't.
your brain won't make that switch
I
that
don't
you're
make the
supposed to
switch.
be
It looks-
looking for stuff. It
Right.
doesn't, the blacks are deeper black and
Right.
the
Yeah.
brights
Yeah,
are
yeah,
brighter
yeah.
bright. Like, shut up. Just
Yeah.
I want to watch a movie that I can see.
It
and
becomes
doesn't
a
look-
visual nerd thing as opposed
Yeah.
to a viewing experience thing, right?
And it
The killer
comes
for
to-
me. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Sorry,
go ahead, Sean.
No, I was gonna
go
say
ahead.
the killer for me, and I know, J-Man, you said that like you can adjust this, but like the killer for me is when it looks like just a soap opera. Like it's
That was
so
No, I
exactly
know.
what I
sharp,
was
it
getting
just
ready to
looks like
say.
stage
Yeah.
plays.
I know,
Yeah.
but Sean, okay, that's a weird statement because that's not the movie's fault. TVs have settings. You can set
When did I say it
widescreen-
was the movie's fault? It's like it's the format's fault.
It's not the format's fault. The TV can be adjusted. The TV. It's like you can adjust your internet. You can adjust your picture. You can adjust your brightness. Like you're
Bullshit.
saying-
That TV says smart on it. God damn it! It
Right,
better be
like-
smart enough to know what I want.
like you're saying
I'm
that
messing.
it's like I put the TV on and I have to adjust it. Right. Like you've had to adjust every TV since the dawn of time. If it's dark, you adjust the brightness. Like
You're supposed to do that? I
No,
Yeah.
I never adjust
Yeah,
it.
you're
That's
turning
it. Yeah, I
on
don't know
and
anyone
go.
who adjusts TVs like
I
past
do.
day one. It's like I
I
have
do.
to adjust every time I watch a specific movie, and then
No, you
adjust
adjust it
it back to
once.
watch TV, and just adjust it back to watch another movie. Forget
No.
that. I'm not
I
doing
will
that.
J-Man on this one, Sean.
No,
You're on
Sean,
your
what are
own
you
on this
talking about? You adjust it once and then it stays that way. You adjust it
I
once
love-
and then
Yeah,
it
but
stays
then
that way.
but all you're doing at that point is not making it sharp. And what's the point of having 4K if you're not gonna what's the point of that then?
No, you're not losing sharpness.
No.
I don't know what you're talking. I understand what
Sean,
you're saying. The
I
soap
agree
opera.
with Sean. I agree with you, and I also understand what they're saying. I
There's,
think
there's no
if you're
agreement.
go, no, there is.
There's
There
nothing to
is.
agree with.
Let's put it this way: if I want to watch sports in 4K, where
Right.
it looks like I'm sitting in the stands, is amazing. That same
Yes.
setting doesn't work for movies, so I would have to swap it back and forth from my movie viewing to like my live sport viewing.
So
That's
your
kind of what I
TV
think
doesn't
Sean's talking about.
stay? Okay, so when I
No,
when I-
it would stay at whatever setting I put it at, which means if I want to watch something in a movie version that I've adjusted, when I watch a live sport, it won't go to the 4K it's filmed in. I'd have to change it back to the 4K so it looks like I could reach in there and pick the
Like a
dudes up.
movie, yeah.
are
yeah.
you sure about that? Because
Oh, yeah, because
mine, I don't watch sports, but whatever I set mine to, if I set my it goes by HDMI outputs. My HDMI 2 is my Blu-ray. That goes to the way I've set it up or whatever.
I'll say I run everything through my Xbox.
Oh,
Everything
okay.
goes through. Yeah, everything goes through my
Yeah,
Xbox. The only thing that's on a different input is our Nintendo Switch, which
Right.
that doesn't matter. But all of it goes through the Xbox, like
Right.
even our live TV, because we get it through some of the streaming services.
Right.
So there are times where you have to switch it back and forth, gentlemen.
Well, Sean
It's fine.
Sean doesn't watch sports, so that's
I was on your side. Don't you agree with him, Sean? Stop it.
Yeah,
and I do watch sports, and I watch 4K sports, and it's fine.
Yeah,
All right.
sports in 4K is fine. It's whenever things are too clean, too
Right.
fake.
Okay.
Hey, we're doing.
I don't have to say a lot more.
Yeah, we're doing a tournament, guys. Let's. We don't need to pad these episodes out. You know that, right? We talk
Right.
plenty as we go.
Oh my god. All right. So okay, was everyone here for Mutant?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we were all here for those.
Steve was
and
not here.
Yor,
for
yeah.
Yor.
Steven
I'm not
wasn't
here
here
for
for your.
All right, so Steve, talk about Yor, and then let's get into it.
So J-Man showed me your after the first week of the tournament. So he took pity on me because originally I was trying to watch your and I was having technical difficulties. So he took pity on me and brought over a proper version of your for us to watch.
Right.
Your is one of those movies that I'm going to talk more about, but it's one of those movies where, and I've heard the noise around it being made into a series, and I'm like, oh yeah, it probably should have been a series because you feel like you've been on an epic journey by the time you're done. Like it's one thing after another. The one thing that I was not expecting that shocked the living hell out of me was how beautifully it was shot, and the locales in that are fantastic. I mean, I kept saying to J-Man, I'm like, where was this filmed? Like, this is beautiful. Like, what is going on? It's like Turkey. I'm like, really? Sorry, I've discovered the beauty of Turkey. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, it was a fun ride. It definitely was helped by Red Brown's enthusiastic performance for sure. There are a couple of things about I wouldn't say negatives, like it's not I wouldn't talk down about, but it's like when we're talking about this tournament, there's things that will play into factor, but for your on like against for Forbidden World.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be calling Mutant. I can tell. Like
just call it Mutant.
I wrote Mutant in my notes.
Yeah,
but it's a really fun movie, and I think if they had gone forward and made it into a series, it would have been a classic. To be honest,
absolutely.
Awesome. Okay, all right. Cannot be reached. It's 35 million. Well, okay. I'll give you my final answer on this thing. I'm not a 4K hype up guy. I'm only getting 4K if I don't already have the movie, because I'm not going to buy old technology. So if I buy a new movie, I'm going to buy the 4K. Unless it doesn't come with the Blu-ray, then I'm buying the Blu-ray. Like everything I've pre-ordered Halloween Ends, you get 4K and Blu-ray. So I got the 4K because you get the Blu-ray. That Thriller, A Cruel Picture, which I just reviewed, gives you both. I'm not going to upgrade everything to 4K unless it's like top 20 movies. So it's like I did Indiana Jones. I didn't do, even though Lord of the Rings is top 20 movie, I did not do Lord of the Rings because it's like it's super expensive, and I'm like, you know what, I can't. And I'm not gonna go. I have a 4K TV because, well, I bought a new TV, so why would I not buy a 4K TV?
Right, exactly.
Right, like it was a 65-inch 4K TV, was on sale. My cousin's native, so we get the native discount. Right, so she got it for me, and I just paid her. So it's like she doesn't pay tax, right? So it's like I'm like, okay, well, there you go. Like I paid like 800 Canadian, so that's like 600 US for a 65-inch 4K TV.
Which is about what I paid for my 4K 60.
Right, and it's a Sony, so it's crazy. So obviously I'm going to get that. My player is fine. My Blu-ray player, when my Blu-ray player dies, I'll get a 4K player with surround sound, but not until it dies. And even after that, I look at the price. Black Adam, it was $30 or whatever. You get both versions. I'm like, no brainer. I'll get that on 4K because it comes with Blu-ray. But Maverick, I did not get the 4K because it didn't come with the Blu-ray. I'm like, well, when am I going to watch this? I have to wait to watch it. So 4K to me, if someone puts them both together, you could say, yeah, I think that's the 4K one. But if not, I've tested this at Steve's place. If Steve puts a movie in, I'm like, this looks good. And if after the movie ends, if Steve's like, Jay, was that 4K or Blu-ray? I wouldn't be able to tell you. Right. I can tell you if you put them like this, and I go, yep, okay. But not if you just watch the movie. Blu-ray is good enough for me till I die. Like, I don't see anything,
Again, from I think I'm the only guy here who has both the 4K player and the 4K TV. Right?
I have both, but they're not in the same room, so I have to move my 4K Xbox into the house because it's my office one. And I was again, it was like, I want an Xbox. I'm going to go ahead and get the one with the 4K. Right. The house needed a TV. I'm going to go ahead and get a 4K. But I did exactly what J-Man did. I bought the Blu-ray Maverick because I'm like, until I upgrade fully to one system in the house, I'm going to do the Blu-ray 4K swaps, wherever it comes in the bundles.
Right. Yeah. As the one guy who's watching everything, like, both. Yeah. It's nice, and especially some movies have been upgraded. You notice that this is probably the best I've seen this movie, but to J-Man's point, eventually that melts away into just a viewing experience. You can enjoy the 4K maybe for the first 5 seconds of the viewing, and then you don't really notice. Right. Because you're getting into the movie. You would notice if the quality decreased, right? You would just be like I've been struggling with like non-DVD. Like if I have to watch something really old and it hasn't been like improved, I struggle watching it. 100%. I won't lie. I've been spoiled. It is what it is. But as for 4K versus Blu-ray, Blu-ray's fine, right? Yeah. Upgrade to 4K when it's time to upgrade to 4K, not before then. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Like, I mean, so Sean just got the Santo pack, which I'm looking at myself. That's Blu-ray. So, okay, 2 years from now, that's on 4K. Like, it's like, I can't,
you can't. But that's a different animal, though. You know what I mean? Like those movies were always muddy and crappy looking. So it's
okay.
Great
So that's
to
a bad example. But take anything, take anything that just came out. Like, is Maverick gonna suck ass on Blu-ray? Like, it looks awesome to me. Like, I put it in. I'm like, it's pretty.
Well, awesome. New movies though are all done in 2K because studios realized that 2K and 4K look the same on film. Yeah. So they didn't think ahead to home video.
Yeah. I
so when you see something that's 4K, it's not. It was originally 2K, and they converted it somehow, but it's not the same.
They also won't do CGI effects. Remember that? Remember Retro Blasting did a great video on that with Star Wars, where it's like you can't upgrade the newer movies.
You can't upgrade it. You can't make more pixels.
You can't
So
make it
dumb.
more pixels because it's
Right.
done on a computer. You chose the
Yeah.
pixels when you did. Like when my graphics that I do are if the backgrounds, like this orange background is 1280 by 720. Like that's just what it is. I can't make it better.
Right.
It'll just get pixely, right? So it depends how it's photographed. Predator, I cannot seem. My Blu-ray of Predator kind of sucks, and I'm like, I cannot find a good Predator. I don't know why.
Really, my
Yeah.
Blu-ray's good of Predator.
Yeah, it looks okay to me, but not like wow, like this is like really.
I
good.
bought it when it came out in like this, like all the Predator movies in a bundle pack Blu-ray at Walmart. My Blu-ray, I watched it. I thought it looked great. I mean,
yeah.
Predator's weird in that I have the one that's 1, 2, and 3. I don't say Predator's Predator. I don't 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, 3.
And like Predator, which is one I thought would look the best, actually doesn't look the best. The best I think actually is Predator 2 looks the best. To be honest with you, for some reason it got the love and Predator 1 didn't.
Well, that's just because it's the better movie. Oh no!
It might be because there's a lot of haze in Predator. It's just the way it was filmed.
You know what
Like
it is,
they
Sean?
make it
They're not setting up their TVs correctly and adjusting everything.
Oh my God! What do I got here for that?
Warrior, come on to play.
Come on! All right,
It was
let's
too
get into
good to
it.
pass. It was good. Let's do this.
Okay, story. The way this works is space is story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Instead of ranking them and giving them a score, we're going to versus the story. So the story of Your versus the story of Mutant. Which one do you think is better and why? Let's go, Charlie. You're up.
I love the story of Your. I mean, it starts in what you feel is prehistoric time. Then that's a great story as it goes. You're watching, the lead guy doing all these like fantastic, adventure type things. He meets, the cavemen that you think when you first watch this movie, and then boom, there's something about his past. There's a mystery around it. He follows a strange woman now all of a sudden we're in the future. Now we realize we are in the future. We're just on a prehistoric living type area. And then now we're on a spaceship, and now we're saving an entire like species of people. And Forbidden World Mutant is okay, but it's a guy gets called to clean up a mess, and they let an alien out, and it wreaks havoc. It's just like every other alien movie we watch. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. You could have voted for something else too. It's fine. I've already voted on today's poll too, so
I saw that.
I'm keeping it interesting, boys. We're gonna have some adventures in that one.
I know you keep going for it. I'm like, I wonder if someone will pick this one. I'm like,
Oh man, I guess we're talking about Reb shared your Thanksgiving thing everywhere yesterday. I was like, that was awesome. All his accounts had all of them on your image, so it was cool. But yeah, Mutant is fun. It was a decent enough story, but it's just okay. Man creates mutant. Man has to defeat mutant. They defeat the mutant at the end. A lot of people die, gory, gooey deaths, and it ends. Right. I give it to Your. I don't want to eat up anyone else's things they want to say, so I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I'll go next. It's Your. Mutant is this movie just crappier. It's like, okay, you got to fight the mutant. I love Forbidden World. I think it's a masterpiece. But like, let's face it, it's pretty generic, right?
Yeah.
Your is actually aiming to be more than it should be. That's the cool part. Whether it succeeds, we can talk about in the other categories, but they're trying to really do something cool. I never read any of those original comics. I cannot find them anywhere, and I found pages. I'm trying to get
them all gathered
comic.
up. Yeah.
I can't. Sean, I don't know if you can find any. You can.
No, I'm the same. Ever since I found out about that 15 years ago, it's hard to even find scans of them.
I can't, right.
You can find them on eBay, but whenever I go, they're like dead bids, right? They're dead auctions.
They're just sitting there holding a place.
But the thing is, they're all Spanish. So
Right.
you'd have to
Anyways.
then figure, because they were Spanish comics, right? They never
Right.
did
That
a
makes
translation
sense.
ever.
Huh.
You
Because
know what
there's never a domain for
scanalations are?
yours, so yeah.
You know what scanalations are, Sean?
Pardon?
Scanalations? Do you know what
No.
scanalations are? That's what
No.
they call manga that hasn't been translated yet. And what they do is a regular person scans it and then uses Photoshop to wipe out the Japanese and,
Oh,
and
wow.
translate it themselves. So there's people that do that before the manga gets officially. They're called scanalations. I would scanalate like I will Google
Yeah.
Translate
Put the
it
work
and-
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't find it. So for me, the story, as you said, Charlie, is better for the same reasons. I love the surprise or whatever. You know, it's not surprise because it says
The
in title,
revelation.
but the revelation of it.
Yeah.
Plus, it opened up my imagination to create a Facebook group, but also to see what else is going on in this world. Like you've got robots and prehistoric creatures and other creatures, and and I'm going to introduce aliens into my thing. So like, there's so much more you could do. Mutant is that story, and it's done. Once that movie's done, that's done. Do you really? Well, I guess we'll get to characters and stuff. Like, do you really care about other adventures? Like, you know what I mean? Like they take off, and you're like, well, what the hell's going to happen now? Like they can go anywhere. There's tons of shit out there. So it just opens up. It just created a better world for me. So that's my pick as well. I guess Sean, what do you think?
Oh, it's your. I mean, the thing about a mutant or whatever you want to call it is that like it's fairly basic, and there is a cool little not twist, but like a reveal or whatever at the end, how to defeat the alien, and it's kind of like it's unique, it's not everything's doing that, and it makes sense within its own world that thing like adapts really quickly. So if you introduce, essentially poison into its body, then, or something that degenerates cells, then it's going to kill it pretty quickly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy like sacrificing himself for it and all that, that's all, like, it really elevates that movie.
Yeah.
But it's not enough to stack against Your, which is like unpack surprise. Like it's constant, like unpacking cool stuff that propels the story.
Right.
Like Charlie, you went through like the main cruxes of it,
Yeah.
but like, even like meeting up with that girl who has the medallion and she looks like him and everything, and then there's those dudes that, then he like fights them with a fire sword and all that shit. It's it's cool, and the big revelation at the end is something you could probably like figure out yourself, but like it's but it's cool. I don't really know of a lot of other movies like that. You'd figure there'd be a ton of movies like that. I know it's like Planet of the Apes, but like still. I don't know. I think Yours just a better movie, and I know a lot of it like a better story, and I know a lot of it is probably informed by the fact that like I guess this was supposed to be like a mini series. Right. And they had to compact it together, and so you get the different segments that are basically like parts of the plot now. And really like move it forward like quicker and just smoother and a lot more eventfully, right? So
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Steve.
Oh, it's not even close. It's Your. Like Yours trying to be something far better than, the sum of its parts, basically. I basically, when I saw it, I felt like I was watching 4 movies in one.
Right.
I was seeing the initial introduction with him coming to the, the camp and saving them and fighting the, I call them the cavemen, right?
That's what I call them. Yeah.
Then the journey to find out who he is and coming across someone who came from the same place as him, and that whole storyline, and then saving the girl and Sean drinking, and sort of
it's okay.
That whole thing where he was offered the girl and whatnot, and he can't stay, but saving that town or that village, and then the end, which is basically where it becomes a space opera, right? Because to be honest with you, 3/4 of the way through the movie, I was sitting there thinking, why is this in the space opera tournament? This is a prehistoric caveman story.
Right.
And then for the reveal, I didn't see it coming. It was out of nowhere. So I think that Yor definitely had lofty aspirations, and it achieved some of them at least. Forbidden World has a 16-minute script. Man shows up, alien is loose, man sleeps with women a lot, and man kills mutant at the end. How he did it was, I agree with Sean totally. How he did it was, you'll never see anything like that again in any movie ever. No. But that's really the only memorable part of the story. Otherwise, it's pretty, you've seen it a million times.
Yeah, let me just say about Mutant that this was a no budget movie that no one gives a crap about, and it's 10 times more innovative and imaginative than like shit coming out today.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say it's a masterpiece. The world is a friggin' masterpiece. I want that tin. I found the artwork. I'm a big artwork guy.
Yeah.
I found the artwork of that tin flattened out without the spacing in it, and like the original artwork, and I've made like an awesome wallpaper for it.
Oh,
like
fantastic!
A mutant is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I mean yours the best. So the way he does it could not be reached is he uses a mirror and then he uses his eyes to like reflect the beams, and that's how he shaves.
Just like Superman.
This laser. He just stares at his beard till it goes back in.
Goes away.
That is exactly what happens.
He gives it cut eye and it just shrinks away.
That's right.
Right. Okay. Pacing. Does anyone have a clear winner on pacing? I mean, I kind of do, but I mean, you know what it is just because you know who I am. But I'm trying to see because I remember Mutant being pretty good too. So, Steve, what do you think is better paced?
Forbidden World.
Forbidden World. Okay.
Forbidden World is very clean as far as pacing goes. You start off, he goes right to the world. Immediately, the alien has already busted loose, caused all of his carnage, and is in the system. When he's not dealing with that, he's usually with one of the two extremely attractive women. So you can't really say Forbidden World there's any draggy points, even when you have stuff with like the guards sitting there playing with the yo-yo. I found that for some reason, interesting. At least they were doing something in that period of time. With Yor, and I think we discussed this when I first viewed it, because there's so much jam-packed in there, I can't really process what the hell is going on half the time. I'm like, okay, we're here now. No, we're here. No, we're going here now. No. Now we've discovered that it's here. It's like, that's why I turned to J-Man right after I finished. I'm like, this needed to be a 4-part miniseries.
Right.
I think if you really did it that way, you would have given it time to breathe and for me to process, because I constantly feel like I'm going somewhere and doing something which is cool, but I can't really figure out who is who, what is, like other than the constants at the beginning, like who is this? Oh, it doesn't matter. She's dead. Like blah, 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 moving on to oh no, we're leaving them now. It's like, whoa, what? Wait, what? Right. Sort of thing. So I got to give it to Forbidden World. I just feel like the movie knew what it was going to be, and it made it the perfect length and paced it perfectly. Whereas Yor, I think, started out something bigger and then condensed it. And by condensing it, you sort of jumbled it. Right. And it gets a little bit like I don't have time to breathe and really appreciate some of the characters in the movie.
I've never seen Dead Space. I didn't know that. I heard of Dead Space. I didn't know that was a remake of
Marc Singer. Holy crap!
Yeah, that can't be the video game one. Yeah, why remake it? I think there's a sequel or something to it, but
yeah.
I have no idea. I gotta look all this stuff up. I gotta see pictures.
I feel like I've seen it, and when I rewatched Mutant, I was like, it did look familiar, but not with these actors. So maybe I have seen. I know I've seen a bunch of Marc Singer shit because I'm a big V fan. So,
Beastmaster,
man.
Beastmaster. I know, but V is my jam, man. I love it.
There's the Visitor right there, the official, the
only one they made. Even though they had all the figures in the show, anyway.
Right. Right.
God damn. Yeah.
And can I just say, from V, when I saw Charles in the TV show, I did not realize that was Dracula from Monster Squad.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That guy's crazy.
That actor's been in all those. He's been in Star Trek.
Duncan Regeer, man.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh damn! I'm looking up the pictures for that Dead Space.
Yeah, it looks
That
good.
looks badass.
I'm watching it for sure. Marc Singer's the best, anyways.
Yeah.
He's got
Dude,
the Marc Singer seal of approval, man. So.
Yeah, the alien looks badass in this. I'm in. It's only rated 3.4, but I don't give a shit.
I'm gonna have to look it up and see because I may have seen it. Okay, so Sean, what do you think's the better pacing?
I was gonna go with because the thing is with Mutant, to me, a lot of the stuff like I know you're talking about like the yo-yo and all that stuff. I think Mutant is more stylishly shot. Someone's having fun. But when I think of a Mutant or whatever you want to call it, I just think of like sex scenes set to funky music and like I don't really think of the story. And a lot of the time when I was watching that movie, I was like, yeah, I mean, like he's sexing all these girls and stuff, but like like I thought there's a mutant loose or whatever. When they're chasing it just seems like there's a lot of dead air there. I feel like yours better paced. There's just like a cool thing that happens like every like 10 to 15 minutes. It leads into each other. I really have a lot of trouble following it, but then again, I do acknowledge the Saturday morning cartoonish aspect of that, where there's like a cool thing and a cool thing and a cool thing. So I'm gonna go with your for pacing.
All right,
it's a tight 90 minutes or whatever it was.
I can never tell if Masters Manic Mexico is messing with us or not. I really
Triple M.
I didn't kill Krull. Krull is back in the. Krull is back. Like I don't know what's going on here. It's back
for a little while.
Next week.
Yeah, for a little while.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't get it. It's back. Like, stop it. All right.
Well, when it gets killed again, J-Man, I'm curious to see how MMM will look at it.
Oh my god. Well, it's going up against like one of the best movies ever, so it's like it's gonna have.
J-Man will just be Krull Killer 2, the Electric Boogaloo. We've already decided that. That's what it's gonna be.
Poor Krull.
Rob Egger, who is one of my people that I go to for analyzing movies. Charlie, I still got to get you those. You got to look him up. We'll talk privately.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I'll get you the Dread stuff too. It's amazing.
Yeah.
He did it. He just did a Warriors is a romantic. He goes The Warriors is a great love story. He just posted an hour-long video on why it's a great unconventional love story. And oh my God, I mean, everything he says, you're like, yeah, I noticed that, but the way he puts it together, you're like, oh, that's so good. You got to watch that video. It's amazing. Anyway,
right.
Warriors is in my top 20 movies. But yeah, like he had Krull. He did his top 55, random number, top 55 action adventure movies. Krull is in there. Krull is in like top 40 or something. I mean, his number one was Road Warrior and Raiders of the Lost Ark. He couldn't decide which one was better. So, like, I mean, it's movies that you're gonna watch his list. You're like, yep. Like it's all the yups, right? It's like, yeah, okay. Predator 2 is in there. Like Total Recall's in there. RoboCop's
That's why there's 55. He's like,
right.
1, 2, 3, 4. Damn, I need 5 more.
He can't even get it to 50. He's
and he did Adventure too. So Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars, and Jedi are all in there as separate entries.
Oh, screw that. That's one entry. I don't give a shit when it was. It's one
and he did
entry.
the Rambos. He did Rambo separately. He did First Blood and Part 2 and Part 4 as separate entries. He didn't put Part 3 in there, but whatever.
Damn it.
I like Rambo 3. Anyways, so okay, I'll for me, your is better paced, but that is only because I'm more interested in what's going on with your than I am with Mutant. Though Mutant, I don't think it was badly paced, but I guess both movies have a few things where, like, yeah, Sean, what you're saying, it's like, yeah, they're just naked chicks. It's like, they're just there, but I mean, I don't know, well, they're there, so I'm gonna watch them. I don't count that as bad pacing. I just count that as filler, and it was like better filler than other filler movies.
Boobs.
It's boobs, yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I just feel I do like it goes like you don't get too. you don't get to get too bored. I think with your, it's very short, and it feels like there's like a cool thing, and then here's another cool thing, and then another cool thing, and it might hurt the story a bit, but the pacing is killer because you're like, wow, like it's like Roa appears, he's in love with her, she dies. We need revenge. It's like, whoa, what the hell? Like this is so crazy. So for me, it's but yours gonna score a lot on this one for me. So that's why I'm, kind of like almost not really should be even doing this. But all right, Charlie, it's up to you. What do you think for pacing? Are we tying it or are we going to your?
Steven makes a lot of good points, and I do agree with him on most of it because in all reality, both these movies, if I was doing a space score, would tie pretty much. I think
agree with that.
They're equally paced. None of them do things perfectly, but none of them do things terribly. And you're right, where it does slow down in Mutant, they throw in the boob factor.
Right.
There is something to keep you excited about watching it. Yet where your does try to cram so exactly. Never wanted to be a gate more in my life, but it's but even though they tried to squeeze so much into the movie, it could have got convoluted really badly, and I don't think it does. Now, I know I've watched it more times than Steven has, and so I think so on multiple watchings, I feel like because you have no idea what you're in for. So it's just like so much to take in. On second, third, fourth viewing, you're like, okay, yeah, this makes total sense. Now we're here. Now, Yor does get busy on the beach. There are some hot chicks in this movie, so we can't, take all the boob factor from him. But I think I'm going to give it to Yor because it is more because that pacing follows the way the story is going. There is just so much happening in the story, and it keeps pace as far as the storytelling goes, where Mutant is, and I'm going to use your term, Steven, it's a 16-minute movie that they paced out for an hour and a half, 90 minutes or whatever. So they did have to drag some things out, even though it is, well done. That's where they're tied. Your is this much movie here. Mutant's this much movie done here.
Right.
If I had to put an asterisk, if I thought this was going to be this close, I'd do an asterisk, but it's going to be Yor at the end of this. I'm sorry. I don't see Mutant pulling ahead on this one. So Yor.
Yeah. And I would say if I was doing space, I did do space on all these. I pacing would be equal. Like I'm not really bored through either movie.
It's tied.
It's tied. But because I like the story of Yor a bit more, that helps in the deciding factor of pacing, because it's like I'm more interested in what's going on with yours. So to me, I have to pick one. If I'm just ranking them, then yeah, they both got I would probably give them both 2 out of 2, to be honest. It's like they're fast paced. Like they didn't add a bunch of crap you don't need. Like, I don't know, or at least 1.5.
I'd have been 1.5 on both of them, like across the board, because of that. I wouldn't be bored at all watching either of these.
Right. Okay. Next is artistry. Does anyone have a clear winner on artistry?
Yeah.
All right, let's go, Steve.
Yor. Well, next Friday it's actually Crow versus Space Hunter MMA. So
yeah, he's got a fast Space Hunter, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Even remember Kroll. Will Kroll finally reclaim its God-given throne?
Here, Kroll, this one's for you.
I fought to give him every chance, redemption story arc. It just wasn't going to happen. It just wasn't.
But Kroll made the top 55 for our buddy Rob in the UK. So
it did, man.
All right, so Steve, yours the winner for you. Why?
Yeah. It's I actually think that Forbidden World has better monsters than Yor. Just what it is,
Yeah.
I think that Yor has a more memorable soundtrack for sure. But you cannot beat the cinematography in Yor. It is like frigging stunning, and it is showcased all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You literally feel like you're on another world. It captures that. Like Forbidden Planet is fine. It's shot well, but it's in a self-contained area, and you're limited to what you need to show. Now, I'm always going to go with go bigger or go better, right? I love the epics. I you know, like if you do, like one of my favorite westerns is The Big Country, which is shot almost perfectly, and you're never going to I'm always going to side with those sort of movies. Yours shot perfectly. There is literally not one shot in that movie that sucks. Not saying Forbidden World has any, but Forbidden World, you didn't need a great cinematographer on that. You just needed a good one. I think they went for a great one.
Yeah, but check out the cinematography on Mutant. That's awesome cinematography.
It is undeniable that the female assets were on display in that one, and I can't argue that. And that's Dusty Rhodes to me. But I gotta give it to your just looks better. There's more. You're given more. It's just, and the soundtrack is memorable, and the costumes are great. Like the costumes in Forbidden World are great, but I like the Yor costumes better.
Right.
It's Yor. Easy.
Okay. Charlie?
It's Yor. It's like one step down from like Flash Gordon style. If it had been a little bit more brighter, a little bit more avant-garde, where it's just like, look what we did. They tried, they just didn't have the budget. So that's really where it comes down to, but they still succeeded at what they had and what they worked with. The settings are amazing. I love, like, all I can compare to Mutant to this one is, okay, we got good looking girls in all of these. Fine. I'll call it a draw because I'm not going to count that they got naked in one. Right. A woman can still be, gorgeous with all her clothes on. So is it okay? Creatures. The Mutant looks cool as shit, but I got dinosaurs, I got flying things, I got robots, I got all this fantastical stuff in Yor that outweighs the one mutant that I get in Mutant. In settings, I get inside a space station and outside in the desert. That's the only two settings I get in Mutant. I get prehistoric lands, caves, water scenes, spaceship scenes, outer space stuff. I get so much more in Yor, and it just goes without saying the soundtrack. The soundtrack for Yor just obliterates almost all. And who can say, Mutant doesn't have a, mutant, he's the slime. That doesn't work as good. But Yor, he's the man. You'll sing in that for the rest of the day, man. So it's Yor for artistry.
All right, Sean.
It's Yor. Let me talk about Mutant a bit, though, because I think, well, aside from that, I think Mutant, when I was watching it, like rewatching it for this, I was impressed by how it was shot. Ass shot aside, there's someone having fun with the sound design and the stylish way the camera moves every so often, where it's placed. Like someone's trying to, like get in there for bigger movies, right? When that one dude's having sex with the first girl, and they cut back to the guy playing with the yo-yo. I love the way that the sound of that yo-yo dovetails into like the music of the big sex scene or whatever. Yeah. That's cool. It sticks in my mind. I think that the way that all the visuals work for that movie, it's supposed to be gritty and they're on a crappy station and everything, so it's supposed to look crappy, right? Yeah. The thing is, Yor edges out because they have a taller job to do, but there's a lot more imagination at play there. The dinosaurs are cool. Like the big paper mache dinosaurs are awesome. They look great. They move a lot better than you think. Like there's a lot more articulation.
Oh yeah.
I agree with that.
And just like Yor, my favorite moment in Yor is probably everyone's favorite, where like one of them at least, where he uses the dead pterodactyl to like hang glide in. That's awesome. And it's like, who's doing that, right? Who thought of that? I don't even know if that's in the comic or not, but like, all that stuff is great. They had to work with a lot, and I'm sure they didn't have a big budget for this. But there's like there's blue cavemen, and there's a fire sword, and there's all sorts of weird, crazy crap going on in this thing. And it looks like a comic come to life because it's very colorful. and they make everything work. So I don't know. To me, your edges out. Plus the soundtrack is awesome. There doesn't have to be a song with lyrics that's wicked for this movie. But they went all out. I don't know. It's awesome, man.
They didn't have to do that, yet they did.
No.
And thank you, creators of yours.
It's like the rock version of the Transformers theme in the movie.
Yes.
It's like Lion is going all out. It's like all or nothing, guys. Like wee, like holy crap, man.
Man. Yeah. Melt my face.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for me, it's Yor also. I mean, I bought the soundtrack. I got the poster. I've got everything that you can get for this movie. But yeah, Yor, all the reasons you guys said. I will say Mutant though. I thought Mutant looked pretty cool, man. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, I mean, this is just not like a whatever movie. It's awesome. It definitely deserves to be in this tournament. If everyone had yours already won, because it's already 3 to thing, but
yeah.
Was
Spoilers.
there any doubt?
There wasn't going to be any doubt. But I don't want this to be the let's beat up Mutant either, because this is close. Mutant looks pretty cool. There's a lot of the monster looks cool. There's a lot of cool shots. Even some of the the filtering and the weird colors. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
They really tried. They tried to do something, and I applaud that. But because there's so much unique things that you wouldn't expect to have seen anyways, it feels like you're getting a lot of extra stuff with that Mutant is giving you everything you want and giving it to you in a fun way. Yor is giving you everything you want plus things you didn't know you wanted. Right?
Yeah. That's where that comes in at. You're 100% right about that. You know, and then it also comes down to, though, I've seen Mutant under different names. You know what I mean? We've seen that type of movie. I mean, honestly, one of the bigger draws to say like Outland for me was how realistic it felt and the dirty and the grittiness. Same with Space Raiders. You know, I did dig that, but when you go up against a movie, say like Yor, it's what extra they went for, and the fact that they didn't like pull back. They were just like, we're gonna go. If you took and split it up in half, say we're just going off the prehistoric side of Yor, then it's a closer battle. Go to the space side of Yor, it's a closer battle. But because we got both of those put into this movie, and I bought it and I believed the story and I followed it along, that's what gives it the edge to come out a little bit higher.
The edge. Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta clip that. I keep forgetting to clip that. Damn it!
But he says you lost your edge.
I know that. Yeah, so it doesn't work as well.
It's breaking, guys. Sorry. Breaking 2.
Sorry, it's Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo, Sean.
The real actual Electric Boogaloo, yeah.
The real Electric Boogaloo this time.
Is that the one Van Damme shows up in, or is it the first one he shows up in?
He's in the first one.
That's the first one, yeah.
Yeah. All right, MMM, what's going on here? They have been so nasty. That's referring to us, I suppose. They broke your heart in two. It's Yor. Krull. It's not you. Yep. Yor is better than Krull.
It beat it once already.
Yeah. But I'm a hero and heroes back in case your lover is getting on your neck. Do we have anything? Look.
We gotta have something. Yeah.
Do I have anything that I can play for him?
There's gotta be something. You hit me with a.
Oh, here you go. Here you go. I'll play this for you.
Takes a big man to admit when he's wrong. I am not a big man.
Garbage day.
It's good times. Good times.
We need to do a commentary on that entire movie.
Yeah, that would be good. That'd be fun.
It might be a masterpiece of weirdness.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Oh, I bought that soundtrack every time it comes out.
It's an impossible. Yeah, I bought the regular one, but then they had the expanded one with all the Unicron stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That whole thing is awesome, man. Yeah. Transformers, the animated movie, is one of my favorite animated movies, if not my favorite animated. We could do an animated movie, Fire and Ice, Lord of the Rings.
Holy crap!
That would be
Star Chaser,
Star Chaser,
Heavy Metal.
I bought Heavy Metal, every version there ever was, and 2 4K steelbooks. I'm like, just in case. And one of them was
Well,
dead.
yeah,
I'm like,
the
thank
new
God I
one,
got two. I got two. I was like, oh, phew, got two.
Oh man,
I love heavy metal.
I
I'm
love
still
that
bored
movie.
by Fact 2, but
Yeah,
the
yeah.
part 2 one. I'm sorry, man. I
I only
tried
watched-
again, and I was like, oh my god, like why
I'm
did they
gonna
make
try
this
again.
movie?
I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try again and try to. I only watched it once, and I thought it was okay, and then I just never. Heavy Metal
Yeah,
1 is
exactly.
like-
I should
why
tell
did
the
they
tale
got to
right
do
there.
anthology? That's what heavy metal was. It
Yeah,
was
that's
so
what heavy
weird.
Yeah,
metal is.
that's that.
I was
the
disappointed
point
by
of it.
that when they announced it. I was like, why are they doing
Yeah.
just one story?
Like I collect. I had a subscription. I never had I only had 2 subscriptions in my entire life: heavy metal and Fangoria.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I loved heavy metal, and it's like, why was this movie like? Fact could have been 1 20-minute story. Like, just do
Yeah.
three or 4 then. Like, maybe don't, if you wanted to do less, then do 4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And make them each 25 minutes or something, and then that's it.
Well, they
Like-
do like what they're doing on the Netflix. What is that? Love, Sex, and Robots, or
Yes,
whatever.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen that. But I
Now,
heard
if
about
they
it.
do that, but add the badass soundtracks behind it, that would be like the perfect, lineage to like heavy metal movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get on to characters. Yor, because Yor is the best and he is the man. This is like not even a question. I like Kala, who's now sadly dead on my Facebook
Dead.
group.
Dead.
Dead. But you never know.
I was
never
not
know.
the only one that voted for that. I'm just saying there
I
were
know.
multiple.
I will
that make
Oh,
it-
yeah.
say, J-Man, if you resurrect her, she'll probably just be dead again.
I'll
No,
kill her
but
again.
no, but
No,
I've
you have
got
to
some-
give the option though.
right. I've got I've
See,
got
you
something.
fell into the DC Comics trap. It's like, should Robin die? It's like, oh shit, we didn't realize everyone wanted him dead.
No, but it was a no-win. I put
Yeah.
who dies?
You did.
Pag, Kala,
Yeah.
or Roa.
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody's dying. So I wasn't sure
We
who
killed
it was going
Kala.
to be. which I thought Pag was done for. I'm like, yeah, he's dead. And
I like Pag. You
Yeah, we
gotta
all
have
know
you
Pag,
gotta
right?
have the plucky
Listen.
sidekick, man.
Pag is upset now. If you saw my latest post, he's very upset over all this.
Yep, he's all upset, but it's okay.
Who's Terran? Do we know
Who are
that?
you gonna kill next, Terran?
Unless you mean Tarzan. God, I would never kill Tarzan. He's the best.
No, he's
I'd kill the son of Tarzan though. I don't like when they have sons. It just irritates me. But yeah, the
How dare
characters
you
in Yor-
respawn?
Yeah, the characters in Yor are better.
Unless the kid comes out looking exactly like the guy, the dad, like in Ice Pirates. That works. I'll take that one. Exact clone. He looks
All
just
right.
like
See,
his
you ever
mother.
see-
No, he doesn't.
You ever see Beer Fest where the one guy dies halfway through and then his twin brother
His twin.
comes in the next act and says like in his will he said that I have to take his name, take all his mannerisms, and act exactly like him.
I love Broken Lizard, man. Those
awesome.
guys are
Oh,
hilarious.
that's
I
a
haven't
good
seen
movie.
that one. I've seen a few of theirs.
Oh.
Cabin.
Yeah.
What was the one?
Something Dread, Club Dread.
Club Dread. Yes, that
Club
was,
Dread.
That was
Dread.
good too, yeah.
Yeah,
That
was
one's
awesome.
funny.
That
It's like
one's funny.
wherever you go, there's someone that wants to shit in the apple pie. Well, this is one apple pie that shits back. I love that line.
Oh god, good stuff, man.
All right, characters. I pick Yor. Charlie, what are you picking?
It's Yor because everything in Mutant, everyone can be replaced with someone else. There's
Right,
no
that's
one that
true.
really stands out above. I mean, the hot girls can be replaced with another hot girl, but Red Brown cannot be replaced in Yor. Pag can't be replaced. I love all of those characters. Even the leader Blue Man.
Right.
I liked the leader Blue Man, just those bushy freaking eyebrows. I just for some reason I just like that dude. And I'm like, it's so awesome. Yeah, okay, you get into the people that are, he has to end up saving. Could have been anyone. I did like the old man in that. So it's gonna go Yor. He's just had a better feel for the characters. They were done better. And a lot of this just carries right back to the story. They cared about the characters instead of like Mutant, which is random guy that dies now, creepy guy watching people have sex, hot chick.
Right.
You're gonna die. And the hero is a throwaway hero character. There's nothing memorable about him. That's right. You can't. Those luscious locks on Red Brand's hair. That's it.
Oh, so you got a new thing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
needed. I wanted to have. Well, I've got both. I got both.
That's my favorite one.
That's actually more accurate for me and MMM. He's like, oh,
Yeah, okay, so
here we
this is more
go.
like, yeah, we
go.
versus
Yeah.
yeah. This is more like where we agree we both like each other. Right?
Yeah. So yeah, I love that. I love that you made me watch that. It was so great.
Oh, Shockmaster, did I make you
yeah,
watch that?
Yeah, you told me I'd never seen it, and you're like, message me as soon as you watch it. I did. I was like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Oh, I can't. I'll be at a funeral. I don't care. And it's like, that's it, I'm done. I can't.
And it pops in your head. That's it, I'm done.
That's it, it's done.
The voiceover guy not knowing what he was doing, trying to save it. It's so hilarious.
Oh my god! And Sid Vicious.
That guy was like 100% all the time, man. That
Yeah.
I love in I think it was Jenny McCarthy was in WrestleMania 11. She's in backstage or whatever, and she's in that locker room giving a report. And and Sid Vicious comes in and just like screams, and she's like startled. That I laugh every time I see that.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
All right, Steve, characters.
Oh, it's your. It's your for pretty much, you know, what Charlie said. It was your, like, Reb Brown's enthusiasm in the role is unmatchable. The characters in your are fine. I don't find them like that particularly memorable, but your, like, Reb Brown is genius. Like, he carries the whole thing, right? Mutant, the hero is not the main character. The hero is actually the scientist. Without the scientist, they don't kill the mutant.
Right.
Yeah.
All the other characters are completely disposable. I like the English girl, but I like her because she was in V, the TV series, and I liked her in V because she was like scheming all the time, and I like scheming characters like that. But they're totally replaceable. Like, if you lose any of them, like when they die, I'm like, oh, okay, just another dead person. I hope the hot girls stay till the end. That's basically the only thought I had. Yeah, like your he's a prototypical good guy. Like, he goes to the village, like, oh, take my daughter, and unlike me, who would say sure, he says no. You know, that sort of thing. You know, the girls do get like shockingly hotter as the movie goes on. Like, you know, the first girl's like, oh yeah, she's cool, and then the second girl, I'm like, whoa, she's really good, and then the daughter, I'm like, whoa, and then the last girl's probably the best one, and she's a scientist. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
That's why he said. Yeah. That's why he said no originally. He's like, I have a feeling it's going to get better. Like,
well, he knew. But yeah, I mean, Peg is the prototypical good-natured sidekick who's just like, I like this guy. I don't know what he does, but I like him. I don't care. You know, that sort of thing. So it's your. It's not particularly close. So,
all right, Sean.
Well, it's your. I mean, the thing is that I think yours is like post Star Wars, so they're doing the Mentor and the Chosen One and all that stuff. But the characters are there for a reason. That's what you get when you use those archetypes, right? So there's a lot more personality to them than there is in Mutant. Mutant, they're not even trying. It's like the one guy in the beginning, the one moron that lets the thing go, or you know, he's freaking stupid. He's just there just to do that, but he's like super careful. I don't even know what his job is, because if that's his job, I don't know why this didn't happen like 10 days before that.
Right? Yeah. Every new species he's killed.
Yeah, the one woman that's like, well, let's communicate with it. You know, like maybe it's friendly if we communicate with it. It's like it just killed like 2 or 3 people. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Freaking so they're stupid, and they're not they're not made to be developed. They're just made to be fodder, right? You know, even the scientist is like, he would be cool, I guess, but he's there to just give the information that, you know, oh, just you have cancer, you give it that, you know. There's not a lot going on with these guys. They're not interesting to me, even though your characters are archetypes. There's more. I mean, you really like Peg, you know, like and you like, Kala and all that bullshit, they're cool. They're good adventurers that
Well,
you
some
want to
people
get
like
behind,
Kala, some
right?
people don't. But
I'm just
Well,
saying,
yeah.
you give me a
Some people
choice.
kill her.
But
I
you can
kept
really
Pag.
get behind them. Yeah.
Did you see Pag doing that trapeze work in the movie? You gotta keep Pag. It was awesome.
I don't care if he's sick. You don't shit your pants and fill in the car. That's horseshit, really.
You don't play that often, do you?
no, have you seen Terry's post where it's him at a rodeo and it says, "This is me at my second rodeo," and then the picture says, "This ain't my first rodeo."
Nice.
Like I think it's brilliant. Like it's
Simple comedy, man. It works.
I love. Have you seen? Oh, Charlie, have you seen Terry and Bob Odenkirk?
Terry, I know who Bob Odenkirk is, but I don't know what Terry and.
So Terry's that guy.
From
Terry's
Fubar.
the
I don't know if you know what that is.
Oh, that's from Fubar. Those clips I was showing.
No, I don't know that. I mean, I know Bob Odenkirk is a comedian and stuff like that. So
yeah, so and he's Nobody and all that.
I feel like Fubar might be too Canadian for.
Oh, maybe it's too Canadian.
Yeah.
Hey,
He's
I've seen Slapshot, and
Okay.
I've seen
Okay.
like some Dan Aykroyd and Rick Moranis
All
movies.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to
okay.
remember their names, but I've watched Canadian stuff, but sometimes it doesn't always migrate down.
You
to
should
me,
track down Fubar. It's the funniest freaking thing. It's like
All
if
my
you like
clips are
stuff
from
like
there.
Trailer Park Boys and stuff, and that's what it is.
Yeah. I mean,
But-
I can handle some of that. I mean, sometimes it gets a little monotonous because everyone
Yeah.
tries to do it, but
Yeah.
But this is done as a documentary, and people thought it was real because it's like the guys are
that's
being
even
so
better.
stupid. But like, so Terry is the character there, and he continues it on, and he's got a YouTube account, and he's got Bob Odenkirk in there with him. So Bob Odenkirk picks up Terry when he's hitchhiking, and he's playing himself. So he's like, "Oh, I'm an actor." He's like, "Yeah, you're an actor? Wow, that's great." And he's like, I play a lawyer." He's like, "Oh, so you must be like a real lawyer." He's like, "No." He goes, "I just play." He's like, "Yeah, you can't play a lawyer unless you're a real lawyer. Like, how would you know what to say?" He's like, "Well, the script tells me what to say." He's like, "No, you can't do that." It's just so funny, the entire exchange, because Terry's so stupid, and like Bob Odenkirk is like, "What is happening right now?" Like, it's
Nice.
obviously it's staged, but it's made to look like it's real.
yeah.
Anyways, okay, so enjoyment. Did you finish, Sean? I'm sorry. Were you done? You were done, right?
Yeah, I'm done.
He's like, what else can I say? I'm done.
What else is there to say? I mean,
Well,
obviously, I enjoy your more, so there's no point in me talking. Like, I have a Facebook group for it, so yeah, it's your. Charlie, what do you like more? In case I didn't know,
It's your, and just because I killed Kala doesn't mean I don't like your.
Right.
So it's a pack for life, baby. So it's your, man. I can watch this movie anytime. I'll pop it on in the background. I thoroughly enjoy it. I love the soundtrack. Soundtrack alone bumps it up so much higher than most movies.
right?
And because it's just like J-Man, him and I had a similar experience with this movie of we didn't watch this as kids. We watched it as adults, basically. And it's just like, holy shit, this movie is amazing.
Yeah.
How have I missed this for so long? So yeah, it's always going to be your.
All right. Sean?
Oh, your.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it since God knows when. I mean, I pop it in every now and again just to watch a fun action-oriented thing. Whenever one of these like big budget Hollywood pictures comes out with like, it's supposed to be action or it's supposed to be sci-fi or something like that, and it's boring as shit, I watch your afterward just to get the taste out of my mouth, because I'm like, this is how it should be. I get that people would probably look at this and chortle at it and say make fun of the budget or something like that, but it's entertaining as shit. It's got more imagination and heart to it than anything coming out now.
Right.
So yeah, no, it's totally your.
All right. Steve?
I mean, Mutant is fun for what it is, but it's a one-trick pony. It's like, where's the mutant? Where's the hot girls? What are they doing?
Right.
Like, eventually it does get a bit like,
Where are they? What's going on? Where are they?
Talking to each other through the computer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, eventually it does get, monotonous, and you realize it doesn't have more than a couple bags of tricks. They're good tricks, but it's just a couple bags. Your is constantly an evolving experience, through adventure and through mystery and through, at the end, science fiction and action. Like it's a bit of every genre for you. So you can really show that to anyone and they'd find some value with it. I'm not convinced you could do the same with Forbidden World. So,
well, there you go, guys. Yor has won. So let's take a look at the official versus poll. The versus polls have been recently ranked as the most official polls in all of the internet. So that's great.
Wow, that's good.
I'm very happy about that. The official
our
polls,
application got pushed through there, right?
67%, which means 2 out of 3 people.
2 out of 3 doctors.
2 out of 3 doctors recommend Yor.
I'm not a doctor, but I don't even play one on TV, so it'll be fun.
Join your Facebook. Yeah, join the Facebook group.
The link's in the chat. Join it.
Yeah.
Get in there. Spread chaos in the choose your adventure that we do.
You just have to beat Charlie to it because he's already doing it.
I'm usually the first. I love it. I set the pace.
Right. So I posted the link there. I posted a couple other links as well, and I'll give Charlie's link as well. And actually, Charlie, your YouTube channel should have a proper handle now, I think. Because we got those handles. So double check that.
I think I got an email about that. I'll look at it.
So it did it for you automatically. So I didn't have to show you how to do it. Like mine was already done from because I automatically.
Oh, cool.
So it should say like give me back or
GMBMAMAM. Yep.
So we can shoot the shit for a couple minutes, but I just wanted to quickly say that Sean does post stuff to his channel now regularly. So make sure you do subscribe to Sean. I've got the link in the description. Steve has a new book coming out soon once he works out the kinks. So
he's like, don't put me on the spot like that, J-Man.
Well, I thought we kind of talked about it. I thought we were okay, but I checked this morning. It wasn't available yet. So
it won't be because I finally got the old cover off.
Right.
And I emailed them and I said, got the old cover off, unblocked the ebook so I can put the new cover up. Now unblocked it. I put the new one up, but I didn't publish it because I'm doing a new cover.
Okay. New York. All right.
New York.
New York.
Well, anyway, Steve's website's on there. Anyways, he does have other books that are already available, and those are all through Amazon as well, so you can find those there. Cool. Okay, so let's take a look at where we're at here. There's not much options left. So next week is going to be Space Hunter versus Krull. Masters, get ready for a somewhat repeat of today, but not for the one that you want. I will say this though, next week with Krull and Space Hunter, these are 2 childhood favorites.
Yeah.
This week was 2 adult favorites, so it wasn't as hard to pick because I like Yor better. I love that movie. Whatever. It's gonna hurt. Like if we look through the tournament, like Outland, like Battle Beyond the Stars is not a childhood movie. It's a, let's say, maybe a teen movie or whatever, right? Or adolescent movie. And Outland is, I saw later, but I mean, really Battle Beyond the Stars should have won that, but Outland has so many cool parts that it just kind of edged it out. The Star Crash versus Space Raiders. Star Crash is again an adolescent one. I love Carolyn Monroe. Space Raiders is technically a better movie, really, if you really, pinpoint it. I just happen to enjoy Star Crash more, and these guys can't handle a strong female lead. So it is what it is. They all hate Ripley. Everyone hates Ripley. Everyone hates.
You gotta show us your boobs before we vote you in. That's
right. That's how it goes. No, but seriously, yeah, Space Raiders is a pretty solid movie with the story and the characters, so that kind of edged it out. Yor to me is just more fun. Mutant is fun as well, but Yor just kind of has that intangible thing that I just find that I like with having the different genres all mixed together. Space Hunter Crawl is. I know which one I like more, but it's. I'm gonna be sad to see the other one go. It is what it is. I don't know what to tell you. It's just that like one of them to me is just like it's one of those movies where I watched it so much and then I was like, it would be like get the guys over, to watch. Like it'd be like, let's go to J Man's house. We're gonna watch fucking Space Hunter and like Ghost Hunter or what, what I mean, like or Ghost Town.
Ghost
Like
Town.
I would always have the cool. It's like let's Jay's because my mom didn't care what I watched. So I had like free reign to watch anything I wanted. So my birthday parties were like, yeah, rent whatever movies you want. It'd be like whatever I friggin' thought looked cool. Like we watched Cyborg, like when it had come out, and it's like, and I was a kid. We were a kid. It was a kid's birthday. It was a sleepover kid's birthday party, and we watched Cyborg. And what the hell else did we watch that day? I can't remember, but we're like, and I'm like, wow, this is like the best day.
That's awesome.
Like this, because it's like. I had, nobody cared what I watched, right? So that's why I've, now watched all these weird movies. But so yeah, that'll be next Friday. Do you guys have anything else to mention about anything else or?
We're good.
Yeah.
Because we've kind of talked about these multiple times. This is what's inexplicably going to happen as we go.
Right.
We don't have any profound thoughts about the movies we've just covered other than yours fantastic.
Do you feel any of them? Do you feel bad that any of them are out?
Nope.
No, Steve, you're pretty good with.
Yeah, because
you're a bit salty over Battle Beyond the Stars, though. But
ultimately, at the end of the day, this is literally, and I don't want to get into this topic very hard, but like this is ultimately why I don't get this anger that I see permeating over the web about certain things, because I bought Battle Beyond the Stars on Blu-ray today from Amazon. I disagreed with Outland kicking it out, but I still have that movie. I can watch it whenever I want. Us kicking this out of the tournament didn't preclude me from getting that movie and owning it and watching it whenever I want. So it's an opinion thing. I can't get.
You didn't read the fine print. You have to burn the copy of the losers.
Yeah, exactly.
Collection.
Charlie,
that's the fine print.
I'll send you a picture of me burning. It is what it is. It's out. Like this is our opinions on what we think is the better movie using J-Man space technique.
Right.
It's not like this is not 1940s Nazi Germany. It's burnt, but it is what it is. I'm not sad anything is going to be out, and I think I might surprise some people with some of my picks for next week.
Well, it's like sports tournaments. Just because there's a team that's ranked higher, they could have a bad day playing, and when they're up against another team,
that's a great point. That's a great point, Charlie. How many times and Sean and J-Man will just be like, we don't know what you're talking about, but how many times do we watch a team run roughshod during the regular season, go into the playoffs in a 1-game playoff for 3 games or 5 or 7 and lose? And you're like, this team won all the majority of the games. And it's like, this is what happens.
Everything was on Kroll to win. And then when it got put up against it, it just fell short. That's what happened.
It is what it is. I own Kroll. Doesn't matter.
I think the famous saying is for chess, where it's like you can do everything, play all the right moves, and still lose.
You can, yeah,
absolutely.
You can. It is what it is.
Mutant is a great movie. Unfortunately, we liked Yor a bit more. That's it. And we're not even doing a percentage scale.
No,
we're not saying 100% Yor and like 10%. Like it's like
no. So many of these have been hair wins, just hairline margins. We all wanted to see Galaxina go a little bit better, but J-Man just threw a fit and had to get Star Crash in further.
I'm the only one who I thought I was going to, man, when I was watching Galaxina, my wife was like, this is awful. and I'm like, yeah, it is. I was like, but I kind of like it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, there's still like little glimmers of I enjoy this.
Yeah.
overall, it's a shit movie.
It's a shit movie. I don't care.
You can't ever say it's that, but
Well,
it's just the fun part of it, you know.
yeah. Well, the thing is that because I hadn't rewatched it in a long time. So when I was watching it, I was like, oh my God, I've just forced everyone to pay for this. And I was like, oh my God. And then I Steve got saved, right? And Charlie, you had it on Tubi, and then I was
Tubi got it for me.
and it's like it's like in the movies where you're like, it was like Halloween 3, like that one station wouldn't stop playing the thing at the end.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
no, Sean's going in. He's gonna buy it on Tubi. It's like,
No,
and
Sean, stop it, Sean.
No. And it's like Sean's like, yeah, I already paid. I'm like,
He's like, I'm in. I'm already into.
Yeah, but I told you, I
And
thought it was cool. I thought it was
Yeah.
awesome. I
Yeah.
don't
it's
know.
fine. It's
you know, I
fine.
watched it and went, there's no way it's winning, but I'm just going to have fun with this and just
Yeah.
point out everything I do love and just go for it. Because otherwise, what is it? We're all just going, yeah, this one, yeah, this one, yeah,
Yeah,
this one. And
for
we're all
sure, for
repeating each
sure.
other. We got to throw that little bit of, enjoyment, a little bit of back and forth. And it's fine. Galaxina lost. It's fine. But we had the same thing. Like we had Enemy Mine come in, and we all are just like, "This is too freaking good. It's going to
Yeah.
beat everything."
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
off the bat, it's just like, yeah, I can't put it up against anything. So we have to kick it
I think
out.
I think there's
It
a
was using
couple-
steroids. It was using
Yeah.
enhancer drugs.
Yeah, we had to go to like the 10th place. It was like that one where they caught Ben Johnson, and then Carl Lewis was also on it, and they ended up going back, and they're like the 8th place guy was the only guy that wasn't
Yeah.
on from enhancement. They're like, oh, okay.
This is back to the major leagues when everyone was on steroids. We're like, we just need to put someone in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Damn it, come on, somebody just not be using it.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger said, he's like, it wasn't that you were on them, it was which ones were you on.
Right. It was about which ones.
It was
And
like,
how
it's like, well,
long?
what are you using? It's like, oh, I found this, and people actually think that this is what happens,
Yeah.
and that
No.
and then you're like, that's not
No.
what happens. It's just that you don't get tired as quick.
Yeah.
You can go the extra distance and
Yeah.
You
work a bit-
recover quicker from
recover
injuries.
quicker. Right.
And there are some that help you build better things, but you still have a lot of work.
Yeah, you got to
It's
do
like-
something.
I
It's
was
not a Mario power up or something
I-
like that.
I mean,
No,
Right.
it's not
It
one
literally-
minus spinach. You
I
know?
was
Yeah.
literally on steroids when I was sick a couple of weeks ago. You know what it was? It wasn't me going pumping iron. It was to give my system the boost for the medicine to freaking work.
Charlie
you know,
got
we-
ripped in a couple for
My voice got real high too.
So I just posted a link in the chat. I did review Thriller, A Cruel Picture. This is the rape revenge exploitation movie. It's pretty popular in the genre. I really liked it a lot. I like a lot. So check out my review. I did post a link to it. So there's a link to my review. It is the hardcore version with the pornography in it. So just be aware of that. Obviously, I don't show any clips or anything, but
I can't wait for our rape revenge tournament. I'm curious about
Yeah,
that.
really.
Well,
I
Cruel-
spit
Thriller
on your
wins.
grave and hard
Besmois.
candy. Yeah.
Besmois, yeah, Besmois. No, Thriller wins easy, at least out of the ones that we've mentioned. It's like, to me, it was awesome. The girl is
Last
the
house
best.
on the left.
Yeah,
What's
Beautiful
the
creatures.
the hills have eyes?
yeah, I get that. I guess, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's in there.
I like The Hills Have Eyes. I like both. We talked about this. I like both remakes better than both originals. And I own
Yeah.
all 4 movies. I own
We-
all 4.
We covered it a couple weeks ago, and that was our take on it. It's one of the few that can either A, stand equal or slightly elevate. Hell yeah, brother.
Man,
All kinds
man,
of cool
you
shit
both.
going on there, man. But it was one of those things that was like, I like the original, but this one, like, Aja just takes things up that next notch. And Wes Craven was there for it. He's like, go, brother. That was awesome. You did great. Keep, you took what I couldn't do and went further with it. It is not a movie I watch for enjoyment, though. For anyone that's watching this that's never seen it, there's some disturbing shit in that, but it's still it's one of my favorite end of a horror movie. I'll say that. Like, it would be one of my favorite endings
Right.
to a horror movie if you took out the other stuff that I don't find enjoyment in that kind of movie. You know what I mean? It's just like I'll watch it and I'll be like, this is a good movie. I like what you did. Enjoyment factor goes down though for me on something like that, because it's like I'm never going to watch this again unless my co-host picks it for the fucking podcast. And I'm like,
even the Terrifier movies, people are like Rob Egger, who I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Well, I have no affiliation with him, so I'm not.
But you can like someone to promote him.
Yeah, he was just like, nope. He's like, I watch it. This is like disgusting. It went way too far. It has nothing to do with any kind of entertainment at all. There's no point to it.
Oh, I won't watch the first one again. I did watch the first one. And
okay.
I can appreciate it. And I was like, okay, I like what they've done here. I won't watch it again for enjoyment factor. Maybe if someone, like say we had a big get together and they're like, let's all watch Terrifier. I'd be like, fine, go ahead. Charlie hates clowns. But it's, I'm never going to watch it just for like, I feel like watching Terrifier today. It'll never happen, you know?
Yeah.
I'll watch your.
Yeah, that I can just watch it and repeat.
I'll just put your in. It'll be fine.
All right, guys. Well, I guess that's it then. So next Friday, we will have finally the final four. So that'll be really cool. But okay, that is it then. All right. Until next time.
See you guys.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.